8686. This is the Phil Hendry Show.
You know, a lot of people have been affected by the horror of this blizzard of 2003. Here in California and other places where we're not affected by the snow, we have no comprehension. But people were killed. People have been injured. People have lost homes. They've lost electricity, power. It was one of the worst storms of the last 100 years. Challenges the snowfall of 1996. There was a great blizzard in 1888, which was 21 inches. New York got somewhere in the neighborhood of 19 and a half inches during the middle part of this thing. Now, the gentleman that's on the phone is from where, Janice? Charlotte, North Carolina? Okay. Hi, Don?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
Where do you live, Don? Do you live in Charlotte?
At the present time, I live with my brother and his family in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, you're in Norfolk?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And this is where you're working, right, Charlotte?
That is correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened to your family?
Yes, sir. I live in the northeast suburb of Charlotte called Hickory. We got hit pretty good Monday.
By the snow?
Well, yeah, we had winds. We had snowfall. It hit about 6 a.m., I'd say, 5 a.m. We had power lines down. They got it in Virginia, in the Boston area. My brother called me from Virginia. They were getting about 3 in the afternoon when I called him. And I tried to get into work that morning.
Which was Monday?
Which is Monday, right.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a machinist for Pettigrew Machinery in Charlotte.
Okay, and you tried to call them.
Yes, sir.
And how long did you try to call them?
I tried all day Monday. My wife also tried on Monday night, and I was not able to get through. And I could get through the snow. I could not get through the snow, and I have a four-wheel drive Suburban, but it was too dangerous for me.
So you could not get into work on Monday, but you did try. Your wife tried to call. It was too dangerous to get out?
It was. We had about 12, 14 inches of snow, but we had power lines down, and we had ice. And there were 2 bridges between where I live and where I pick up the interstate to go into Charlotte. There are 2 bridges that were gone.
So you could not traverse any bridge?
That is correct, yes, sir. And
so were you fired on Tuesday?
Yes, sir, I was.
What was the reason they gave?
They said I did not show up for work. I did not get in touch with them. I told my boss, who was Jim Dabrowski, was the name that I gave.
Now, that's the name that Janice gave me. Jim Dabrowski, who is your foreman there?
He's a machinist supervisor.
Okay.
And then I made every attempt. He told me that they were going to keep my job on the line, but since I didn't call, they were eliminating it. And I still remember trying to get through. And I told him that I had tried to get through. And he said they were going to eliminate the job on the line because I had not showed up. And
I don't understand that. You have a blizzard and you can't get into work because of the blizzard, and they fire you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I remember I had my daughter sitting on my knee, and I remember hanging up the phone, and I remember my daughter looking at me, and I remember she said, "Daddy, is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, Pumpkin, there's nothing wrong. Daddy's always going to take care of you." And I had just lost my job, and all I wanted to do was put my head in my hands, I guess.
What kind of a company, I want to ask, what kind of a company is it that fires a man in the middle after we made every effort to get him in the middle of one of the worst blizzards in history to get in touch with him, and he couldn't make it into work?
Sir, I don't know. I was stunned. I have worked for them for 17 years.
How big is your family?
Yes, sir, I have 3 children.
Tell me about your family.
Yes, sir, I have Janie. She's 4. I have Paul, who's my son. He's 7. And I have what we call our little shining star, Samantha. She's 9. And we were planning on going to the Smoky Mountains to take the bobsleds for Easter.
Their timing's lousy, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it sure is.
Is there a number that I could call? Could I have a number of this company? Because I would love to intercede on your behalf, Don, and call this company on whatever level I can.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Hendry, but as I told your producer, Miss Ngaro, that, but I don't want anybody running interference for me.
But, sir, I think it's an injustice.
Well, at a time like this, the only thing a man has is his pride, which I told Miss Ngaro that, and I've told my friends that and my family who have called, and I do not want to be a charity case. And I guess the only reason why I called was to see if you had any social service number for the Charlotte area for families in need. My daughter Samantha, she's my shining star. She was diagnosed with leukemia 3 weeks ago.
Good God.
And my insurance was canceled because of the situation. So if I can apply for public assistance, at least I can get back on my feet.
Mr. Parsley, you have a daughter with leukemia. You've been unjustly fired. You've had your health insurance canceled. I believe that this is actionable. I believe you could sue.
Well, I called. There's nobody could do anything for me, and they said I didn't have a chance. And all I need now is to see if my brother will help me.
Can we do something for you on my show?
Sir, I do not. I have my pride. I have dialysis. The dialysis machines are expensive, and they're very. And I would not want to impose. I just needed to get a number for the Charlotte area.
I would like to put my number out there to see if people would help.
No, sir.
Can I ask my listeners, because I think this is outrageous?
No, sir. The only thing, if I was going to take any charity, all I guess I would ask for.
I think this is outrageous, and the least I can do is raise some money for you and your family or something. This is outrageous to fire a man who can't get into work because of the blizzard. Do you understand the injustice that's been done? Because I get the sense that you don't.
No, sir, I do, but I'm a prideful man, and I guess I would not ask for anything. But all I would ask for would be enough money to buy my little girls.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to buy them new coats for the wintertime. Especially my daughter Samantha, because the illness makes her feel cold so much.
I understand, sir.
I just care about my kids, that's all. I told my little boy John, we're the men of the family. We don't have to have no coats.
What is your wife's name, sir?
My wife, sir, my wife passed on 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, what happened?
She had leukemia.
So she had what your daughter had?
My daughter has cystic fibrosis. Yes, my daughter has leukemia, right.
All right, I'm going to give her phone number out, and I feel badly for you. Your daughter is Samantha?
My daughter is I have two daughters. My daughter is
well, one of them's Samantha, right?
Yeah, the one.
Who's the one that has the leukemia?
That's my daughter Janie.
Janie has leukemia, and your son is John.
It's Paul.
I'm sorry. You know, I got to tell you something, Don. What has been done to you is so outrageous that I find myself shaking with anger. And anything that my show can do for you.
I just would like enough money to get us through the week is all. I don't want anybody to make me a charity case, sir. All I wanted was the phone number if we could get public assistance or something.
Now, you mentioned the children need coats.
Yeah, they need that. That's right.
Well, what you wanted money for? What?
All we're trying to do is pay some bills around here. That's all. Just so I could get through the end of the month. I got a car payment.
All right, 1-800-449-8686 is our number. 1-800-449-8686. Could you talk to him for a minute? Make sure he doesn't hang up, because his name is Don Parsley. He is a man who has suffered an indignation that I think is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. He was fired from his job Tuesday because he couldn't make it into work on Monday because of the blizzard back east. Now, the bridges were out. The snow had fallen. He's got a four-wheel drive vehicle, but he's got ice everywhere. He could not call. And I know how it is in an emergency. The cell phones go down because the emergency services takes over everything. There was no way for him to call, and as a result, he was fired from his job. Now, he's got a daughter with leukemia. The kids need winter coats. No health insurance. It has been canceled. He is a man with a lot of pride. I thought if there's something we can do for him, I think it would be a notable thing. Our number is 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. You've heard the story. Maybe there's something we can do for this man. 1-800-449-8686. This is the Phil Hendry Show.
1-800-449-8686. The world-famous Phil Hendry Show.
1-800-449-8686. And now more on The Phil Hendry Show.
Of the therapy.
I'm with Don Parsley. Is that your name, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry, Don. This gentleman was fired from his job Tuesday as a result of not being able to make it into work because of the snow. I think it's unconscionable that a man would lose his job because he can't get in. Now, you're a machinist?
That is correct, sir.
And you have some money problems, and I understand that you don't want charity.
Well, the only thing, Phil, that Kathy, my daughter, her physiotherapy, with my insurance gone, it's very expensive. And with my wife, she had no idea that the roads are that slippery, and the road, the car she lost control. So we've been hit with a double whammy here, and.
I understand. Let me go to a phone call here. Dawn's basically facing some. Your daughter's is named Samantha, right?
The daughter that I have, who has the brain tumor, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's my daughter, Kathy.
All right. 1-800-449-8686. Carly, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and tell this man that I'm so sorry what happened to him.
Thank you very much.
I lost my job not too long ago, but I don't have kids to take care of, and if I could help in any way.
Oh, you are so kind, ma'am.
It's not a problem.
I'm a man. I grew up with a great deal of pride, and the only reason why I would accept any money is for my daughters, who I wanted to get winter coats for them. And before my wife died, she had wanted to get winter coats. And
I understand, sir. You don't have to say any more. What did you want to donate, Carly?
I'm just a teenager, so I can't give very much, but $20.
That is very generous of her, Don. $20?
Yeah.
You know what? That's so good, but it's not. It is.
It's $20. She's a teenage kid.
I understand that, sir. And Carly, I want to say on behalf of my whole family, you're very kind, but that's really not enough for the things that I need. So, yeah. Could I ask you a question, Carly?
Sure, go ahead.
You have a job as a teenager and everything?
I lost my job like a couple of weeks ago, but I still have money.
Did you lose your job because of this blizzard or anything?
No, I live in Utah. We are not
Yes, ma'am.
No, we're supposed to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is there any way you could borrow another $20 from your parents or anything?
Well, the girl is offering you $20 from the money that she has.
I understand that, and I do appreciate that, but it's not really. It's not going to do anything, you know.
Well, my dad is currently unemployed.
Hello? Carly, you there? Okay. Well, the girl was going to offer you $20.
I understand that, but it's really. I can't really do anything with $20. If she could borrow some money or something. Other than that.
Well, $20 is a way to begin a fund, Don. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Where you can put money together and help the children, one $20 donation at a time, if you will.
I understand.
All right. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686 is our number. Don Parsley is with us. He is a man who's gone through a hell of a tragedy this past week, lost his job. He's got a daughter with leukemia and a wife who has passed on, and all because of this blizzard. Let's go to Jack. Jack, you're on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a Florida attorney, and I just wanted to give you some time. There's something called COBRA. Have you been made aware of that?
Don, do you know what COBRA is?
Well, that's the insurance they told me that I could stay on. But the problem is I can't afford it.
But what may I respectfully suggest to you?
Yes,
that first to try to determine what your rights are,
yes,
and
sir.
second, you might find some people who would help you with a fund to pay your insurance, because it seems with the illness your daughters have,
right,
that if you can keep that insurance in place, it should be a priority.
Yes, sir. The problem is the young lady who I just talked to had $20, which I do appreciate so very much, but that certainly is not going to.
I agree with you, but like Mr. Henry said, if you can get a whole group of people,
a fund together,
it's a start. You know, and I would offer, if you wanted me to read your papers on COBRA, I would offer to read them for you.
Do you, as an attorney, you would look at those, sir?
I would volunteer my time if somebody wanted to take my fax number. And
that's very kind of you, Jack. And I think that's valuable. That's the time of an attorney would take to look over those papers for you, Don.
Let me give you one caveat. I'm a Florida attorney. I'm not licensed to practice law, but I can still give you the benefit of my experience in that.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I don't mean to be wrong or anything. Are you Jewish, sir?
I don't need to answer that. Why do you ask?
Because my people have never really done business with Jewish folks.
Don, at a time like this, whatever prejudice you have, are you saying that you're anti-Semitic?
No, sir. I don't hate anybody, but my people don't really do business with Jewish folks.
What people are those?
Just Christian people that I know around here.
Well, let me make a suggestion to you, sir. You have a daughter with leukemia. You have a life that has changed. Maybe it's time to not only change your life, change some attitudes, and help your daughter. Would you think?
Yes, sir.
Would you think that maybe this gentleman who's reached out to you, who may or may not be Jewish, do you think maybe now's a time in your life where you're not going to have those prejudices?
Well, I can check with my wife and see how she feels about it. But
do you understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Don, what I'm telling you is this. You've called my show. There's many right-feeling people who have... You going to get that attorney's number? Thank you. There are many right-feeling people out there. You to say you're not going to do business with this man because he's Jewish?
It's just that my people have never done business with Jewish folks. But I can check with my wife and see how she feels about it.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. We're talking with Don Parsley. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now is not the time to have those feelings.
I appreciate that, Mr. Henry. I would appreciate if you not tell me how to live my life, sir. All I'm asking is to come on your program. I have lost everything. I'm trying to help my daughter. And I don't think it's any of your business, my personal beliefs. All I'm saying is what you could do for me and what your people who listen to your radio show can do for me is to help my family with money, and they can maybe just keep their nose out of my private business. Now, that lady who called...
Well, there was a young lady who called and offered you $20, sir.
I do understand that, sir, and I do appreciate that, but what am I supposed to do with that? I asked her if she could borrow some money from her parents. The shoes that my son needs are and I have them written down, they are Nike Air. They cost $150. You can get them at the Big Five Sporting Goods. Now, that $20 is a little bit of a insult to me is all.
All right, 1-800-449. Nobody's trying to insult you. No one's trying to insult you. People are trying to help you.
And I do appreciate that.
1-800-449-8686. Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, insult him. I'll insult him. This guy's a faker. He's got his daughter's name wrong so far on 3 occasions. He's got wrong. He keeps talking about a brain tumor, cystic
no, sir. I said
fibrosis.
my daughter has leukemia, sir.
You're a faker, buddy.
Uh-huh.
You look at $150 Air Nikes. That's what you want to get? You want people to donate money for that when you got a sick daughter and you lose your job?
That's just for my son, sir.
Yeah, you're a faker. Yeah,
well,
what's your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Chris.
Yeah, so far it's Kathy, Chris, Stephanie. You can't even keep this story straight.
I'd like to ask you a question.
You're a scam artist,
how
buddy.
How would you feel if you lost your wife and everything and lost your job?
I'd rather lose you.
You know something, sir? That's fine. You can do what you want, sir.
Do you know?
Let
me ask you a question. You've got a lot of confusing stuff here, sir, and I know you went through a trauma. You got to get your facts straight so people understand.
Mr. Henry, I'm trying everything that I can to say what's right. But people call up. I asked for money. She called and said $20.
All right.
What's wrong with your daughter?
Right, hold on for a minute. 1-800-449-8686.
One 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendry Show is back.
The blizzard of 2003 has affected many lives. A blizzard that is the worst, some say, in over 100 years. It hit the Northeast this past weekend. Among the states affected, North Carolina, we have a man on the line who was not able to get into work on Monday because of downed power lines, 2 bridges that were out. He tried to call. He tried to contact his office. He couldn't get through. As a result, on Tuesday, the man was fired from his job as a machinist at, and I'm going to get the name of this company before I go any further. Pettigrew Machinery in Charlotte, North Carolina. His name is Don Parsley. He's on the line with us. Don, you say you're a proud man. You do not want donations, but people are calling in with money, and you have entertained them.
My daughter is lucky to be alive. Lauren is our shining star, and I don't want anything for myself. I want something for her. My wife went to the Bank of America, had told her that we could get perhaps a loan on the equity on our house, but that's something that's going to take some time.
When that girl called in and offered you $20 and you said, could you maybe ask your father for more, what were you referring to?
Well, I think $20 is, she was very generous, and I do appreciate that. But I think when you're talking about a girl who's, my daughter has a disease like that, cystic fibrosis, that you can't, $20 is not going to pay, that'll pay for one pill of the prescriptions that you get when you have cystic fibrosis. $20 will pay for one pill, and they give you 20 pills. So 20 times 20.
Okay, I understand. 1-800-449-8686. Rita, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Hello?
Yes, Rita, go ahead. You're on the Phil Hendry Show.
Hi. I wish this gentleman would get his story straight. I mean, somebody's offering help.
What have I said, ma'am, that has not been true?
Sir, you said that your wife passed away 2 years. People are trying to give you help, and you're asking them, the attorney, what religion he is? Does that make any sense? And you're going to ask your wife what she thinks? I thought she had passed away 2 years ago.
Yes, she did.
So who are you going to ask, the Holy Ghost?
Because when I pray at night, I talk to her. And
for crying out loud. And you need money for $150 to buy your son sneakers when you have a sick child? You know, my husband and I are driving and listening to the show, and we listened to you, and we were saying, oh, poor guy. You know, we have kids.
You have $150 sneakers you need for your son, John, or I forget, is his name Paul?
My son is...
He should get the name straight. That's another thing. He can't get the kid's name straight.
Ma'am, I know my children like I know every hair on my head, as the Lord said in the Bible. And my
You know what? Maybe you should read the Bible over again, because I think you're kind of confused.
No, ma'am.
I think what's more important than your kid's health? A pair of shoes for your son?
My son will have to go to school.
They're offering you $20, and you're saying you're asking the girl to borrow money from her parents when she's trying to offer you what she can afford?
My son has a club foot and needs those shoes.
I'm sorry, you don't need $150 pair of sneakers because your son needs those shoes. You need medication.
So all of a sudden you're a doctor now.
I'm trying to give you help.
My son plays basketball and needs the shoes so he can get a scholarship.
That's an excuse. He can get any pair of shoes. They don't have to be Nike Airs. I have two kids of my own.
Rita, you made a point. Rita, you need to turn the radio down too, Rita, okay? I need to make a point. Did you say your wife is dead?
Yes. No, I didn't.
He mentioned his wife was dead.
I said, no, she is not dead. I said, yes, she is not dead, is what I said.
You said what?
I said, yes, she's not dead.
But you mentioned earlier in the show that your wife had passed away 2 years ago. That's why I'm saying you should get your story straight.
Ma'am, my wife did pass away. I speak to her in prayer.
Okay, but you also said she's been at B of A looking to get a loan on your home equity.
Exactly.
My wife told me in my prayers that she had been to B of A.
Look, buddy, I think you should get your story straight. We're going through hard times. Everybody's going through hard times. Me personally have a lot of problems, and I don't call radio making a scene like you are.
No, ma'am,
if you really have a sick child, then maybe you should get your story straight.
I don't want money.
$20 is not going to help. What happens if 150 people call offering you $20? You're going to turn them down?
Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you going to call up and yell, or do you have money? Or
no, it's just that you should get your story straight, because if you really need the help and you have a sick child, I'm sure half of the world will be willing to help. But you're asking this girl who's willing to give you $20 of her hard-earned money to borrow money from her parents because $20 is not enough for you?
That's all I said. I said if you could get me another $10. That's all I said.
But don't you think that's kind of ridiculous that she's offering her help?
Well, that's a good point.
She's been unemployed also.
This lady was unemployed. This girl was unemployed. She offered you $20 of her money that she didn't have a job.
Well, can I make a suggestion? This lady that I'm talking to now could give me 20, and that girl could call back with another 10.
Well, how about you going out and getting a job like I'm working? I'm a very hardworking person.
Because I just lost my job. I just lost my job. My daughter.
You know how many people out there have lost their job? Maybe if you would have been honest enough and said the truth when you called the radio station.
I'm telling the truth.
Your story doesn't seem to be.
Why did you say your wife passed away 2 years? Why did you say your wife passed away 2 years ago?
My wife passed a kidney stone 2 years ago, which put her in the hospital. If that's what you confused what I said with, okay.
You said your wife passed a kidney stone?
That's what I said. Yes.
You said your daughter had leukemia, then you said she had a brain tumor, then you said she had something else. You're not getting your story. It's not very. I don't know. Whoever believes you, I don't know.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I
don't mean to insult you, but can I ask you a question?
No, I don't feel insulted. If I was the girl that called offering you the $20, I would feel insulted.
Well, are you going to donate or what? I mean, are you just going to talk me to death? Because
The lady is offering some points that I think need to be made here, Dawn. We feel for you and for your plight.
I appreciate that, but she's like, I mean, I'm going to get blown over by the wind here.
No, it's just that I'm riding home with my kids and my husband.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're listening to your story because we have kids of our own.
Okay.
And I'm telling my husband, wow, honey, you know, we're going through hard times, but this guy's really going through really hard times.
And I am.
We can offer him help.
Yes,
but then I hear you changing your story every 2 seconds, and you know what? It just doesn't cut it for me. I work very hard for my money.
All right, I want to ask you a question. What is the name of your daughter?
Claire.
The daughter who has leukemia?
Now you have me confused, okay?
How can you get confused when it comes to your kid's name? See, it's very hard to believe your story.
My daughter's name is Samantha.
All right. What disease does she have, sir?
She has a brain tumor.
Then why did you say she had leukemia?
If I did, I was confusing it with a brain tumor, that's all.
Do you know what leukemia is, sir?
I thought it was a brain tumor. I'm sorry, sir.
Leukemia is it's the cancer of the blood.
All right, sir.
You thought leukemia was a brain tumor?
Yes, I did.
No, okay.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter she's 22.
22? She was 9 a little while ago. Wasn't she? Or maybe I'm listening to the wrong radio station.
No, you misheard it. She's 22.
No, I heard 9 too. I heard 9.
Oh, you have a 7 or 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. Now she's 22?
No, you also said that you thought she passed away, and I said she passed a kidney stone.
You know,
I just want my daughter.
Get his story straight here.
Man,
I'm not
my story
crazy.
is straight.
He is.
All right, but have you got how much? Do you have any money you're going to give me?
No, buddy, you want money to get a job like I'm working. You know what? You're using these people on the radio station to make a profit out of them.
No, ma'am. Could I tell you something?
Yeah, go ahead. You can tell me anything you want.
I have a doctor who I respect very much. He's a Cuban doctor, but he has a very thick accent. He has a very... Ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, he has a really thick accent. And so when he says brain tumor, I thought he said leukemia. And if that...
Oh, for crying out loud. There's a big difference between a brain tumor and leukemia. I mean, I don't know what school you went to.
Yes, ma'am. No, yes, ma'am. But he has a thick...
I'm Cuban, and I have an accent.
Well, you speak very well. No, you speak very well, but my doctor...
There's a big difference between a brain tumor and leukemia.
Wait a minute. Your doctor is Cuban. He has a thick Spanish accent.
Yes, sir. And he said... You know, I can't say it the way he says it because I can't do it, but he said, you know, Claire has leukemia, and I thought he said Samantha had a brain tumor.
Even if he said it in Spanish, from leucemia.
Wait a second.
Un tumor en el cerebro is very different.
That's exactly what he just said. That's exactly what he said.
Okay, well, it's really...
that's exactly what he said.
Wait a minute. You took your daughters in for physicals?
Yes, sir.
To a Cuban doctor that does not speak English.
No, ma'am, I never said that. I said he speaks English with a very thick accent, ma'am.
So you're just saying I told you in Spanish what the diagnoses were in Spanish, and you said that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, so because I don't know what he said.
Obviously, your doctor doesn't speak any English.
He came out and he said Samantha has a brain tumor, and you thought it meant Claire has leukemia.
So
or something like that, yeah. I'm sorry, ma'am?
Who's Claire?
That's my daughter.
I thought your daughter's name was Samantha.
Yes, one of them. I have 3 daughters, one Samantha.
Oh, no, it's 3 daughters. I thought you had 2 daughters and a boy.
I have 2 daughters and a boy. My son is, and this is tough for me to admit, my son's effeminate sometimes.
Oh, come on. You know what?
Wait a minute, man.
You're sick.
No, ma'am. All I'm saying...
Come on, pal. What do you mean your son's effeminate?
Yeah, he's going to say now that his son's a fag, and the kid's a child.
No, ma'am, I did not say fag. I said sometimes he is a...
Oh, he's a feminist. What's the difference?
Well, my daughter Carly had a brain tumor. My daughter Amanda has leukemia. And
now your son's a fag. Now he goes by the name of Claire.
No,
that's exactly what you said. I may be Cuban, but I ain't stupid.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't think you're stupid because you're Cuban. My doctor is a Cuban. He just has a thick accent.
Obviously you don't understand your doctor, but I think you know what?
No, that's right.
I think that the only one with a mental problem here is you. I think you're using this radio station to make money and to probably use it on drugs. I don't know what, but you know what? You're sick. This is pathetic.
Ma'am, I think that is wrong to say I'm using drugs.
No, you're pathetic. You know what? You don't use your kids. You don't use your kids to make money off of anybody.
I think you need to either get your story straight here, Dawn, or...
No, ma'am, but you have to understand, when a man has a thick accent like that, it sounds like la 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 la. That's all I understand.
You know what? Maybe you should get better excuses.
Ma'am, my doctor told my wife that she had cervical cancer. She had a cold, and I thought he said cervical cancer. All she said was she had a virus. And can you imagine how thick his accent is? So everything that's going on...
You know something, Don? According to you, your life has been destroyed because your Cuban doctor's accent is too thick.
Maybe you should get changed doctors. You know, if you have that kind of a problem with I work for doctors.
Ma'am, okay? I have bigger problems than that. My home... I lost my job on Tuesday. All I want to do is get winter coats for my $2 daughters.
And $150 shoes for your son.
Because my boy
who goes by the name of Claire at times.
You know, you got to admit, Don, you're drowning in your own bull crap.
Yeah, it's bull crap. You got it.
Jesus said, wherever the least of my people are, that's where I am. And the two of you are making fun of Jesus Christ right now.
You know what? You're pathetic. You're
making fun of Jesus
Christ to your convenience.
You are, man, because you're making fun of me, and Jesus is with me right now. And
no, Jesus is not with you. You know what? You need psychiatric help.
Why do I need psychiatric help when my son is so gay acting that sometimes I...
Oh, buddy, you are sick. You know what? You're really sick.
Sir, that is your son. Why would you confuse him for a girl?
Because he acts very gay at times.
And you're getting him $150 basketball shoes? That's how gay he is?
Yeah, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's the WNBA, hello. Ma'am, if you worked for a Cuban doctor, he could have said to you, I'd like to give you a raise, and maybe you thought he was saying, do you want to see my thing or something like that?
If he gave me a raise, I would very much understand it because that meant that I earned it. But you know what? You need to get a life.
If his accent, Monday was just a terrible day. I crashed my car, I lose my job, and I call this radio station.
We all have problems. Life is tough. But you know what? You're using a radio station and you're using the listeners to your convenience, for people to feel pity for you so you can make money off of them. You know what? You need to get a life. And this story about you is about bullcrap.
A story about which one?
About all three of them.
No,
all four, because according to your story, you have 4 now.
So I guess
you have a 22-year-old daughter.
All right, so you think I'm a liar, right?
You are.
Okay, so if you won't believe this one because it's absolutely true, but you won't believe it.
What's true?
What I'm going to say to both of you now, and you will not believe it, but it's true. And all I can say is Jesus in heaven, he knows I'm telling the truth.
All right, what?
My wife was abducted by aliens.
Oh, no.
2 years ago. Okay.
Get out of here!
All right, then Jesus Christ knows I'm telling the truth, and the two of you can burn in hell.
That's fine, but you know
my
what?
wife was taken away by a spaceship.
You're going first.
A spaceship.
Because you're trying to steal money from
No, I'm not, man.
Trying to help
no, I'm not. All I'm trying to say is my children are left motherless because people from outer space decided to take my wife.
Look, I don't know what you're on or what you're smoking,
yeah, you know
but you better
something.
lay off it.
What
Look,
have I done wrong?
I gotta go. I have
what
my
have I done
in the
wrong?
car.
Well, how much are you going to give me? How much are you giving me?
How much am I going to give you?
Yes.
You better get a job if you want something, buddy.
All I ever wanted to do was get my wife back from outer space.
Well, make sure the aliens return it to you unused.
Unused? Oh, so they're putting it to her with their alien penises?
All right, never mind. I would like to say it this time, and I'll say it on the air. I'd like my associate producer, Chris Pelton, the next time he puts a call like that on the air, to make sure the guy is bona fide and not straight out of the mental bin. This cat may have been telling the truth in his mind. All right, my wife was taken by aliens. And the Cuban doctor's accent was so thick, when he said she had leukemia, I thought he meant cervical cancer. 1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
The Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686. You need a checkup from the neck up.
Phil Hendrie Show is back. 1-800-449-8686.
By the way, the voice of Don Parsley was performed by me, Phil Hendrie. 1-800-449-8686. That number again, 1-800-449, I forget. And don't forget our website, philhendrieshow.com, PHILHENDRIE show.com. You can get all of our audio stuff that is archived there if you have a backstage pass. So if you wanted to re-listen, for instance, to this past hour that we just did, if you wanted to listen again to those great phone calls, if you wanted to listen again to the great Don Parsley and his bullcrap, you could go to philhendrieshow.com, log on using your backstage pass username and password, and access any audio that you'd like. And we're talking about bits that go back 8-9 years on this show. Different generations of our show. We've got bits on there from Miami, from the Miami days. We got bits on there from the Minneapolis days. We actually have one bit on there from the Minneapolis days, I think. And it's really not a bit. I'm just giving crap to some Norwegian. I don't know what it is. You just check it out. There's all kinds of things on there. And we're constantly adding new things. Did you add any new stuff today, Craig? Craig put in some more stuff today.
Doug's been in here dubbing off old stuff.
Doug was dubbing off some stuff. So go to philhendrieshow.com and listen to all of that. And while you're there, you can go into our souvenir shop. And we've got, I think, a pretty good lineup of things for you to pick up. And also, our CDs are available there.